Hello, it's me, Sabrina Bernasconi, and I just feel it's really time to start to talk to you guys about life, about where we're at right now, and how we're kind of caught between two worlds, and how that's an exciting thing and also extremely challenging and weird, and it kind of puts you on your head, turns your world upside down a bit, but ultimately, there's incredible helping energy available to all of us. And what's most important is that there's a part inside of us beyond all the bullshit that we think about all the time, all the hang-ups, all the wants, all the insecurities, all the self-hatred, all just the noise. There's something going on where we are sensing our spirit, and it's growing and it's calling us forth. It's calling us to it. We are it, and it's our true identity. And it requires us to really set the karma in motion. It's not about a reactionary existence anymore. It's not about, am I going to get that from this person? Did this person wrong me? It is very much like, I have found something inside of myself. I have found that piece of me that's pure and full and charged and miraculous and vibrant, and it's in each and every one of us. And that piece can be spoken from. It can be cultivated. It can be listened to. It can be sat with. It can be encouraged. It can be talked to. It can be invited. And when we start to feel ourselves in that space of purity and eternity and the oneness of everything, when our stories, our personal stories, don't mean shit anymore, when we're really just existing in the moment, vibrating presently in the moment, with the sun shining down, with the light shining down, with the soup being stirred, with pure potential ringing, with the Om in full Om, with all of the planetary everythings happening all at once, with every single molecule doing its dance. In that space, when there isn't a hierarchy, there's no superior, there's no inferior, there's no nothing. There is just pure vibration. And it's peaceful and it's poised. That is you and me. It's the vibration. We can tune ourselves to it. It's a real thing. Live your life from that space. And in that space, I don't need you to act any way. I don't need anything in particular to happen. I don't need to suck in any life force from you. I don't need to demand anything from you. Because I am taking responsibility for my connection to my true identity, my true self, who I really am. And it's gratifying. And it's like you're this independent entity having this like extraordinary experience, kind of like with yourself, but with the whole world all at one time. It's like you're smirking to yourself. You're like, how is this happening? And in the midst of that, you're, getting your oil changed and you're, looking at a dirty sidewalk or something, but you're still in that state of like, what in the hell is happening? I mean, be that way with people. Like, don't have them figured out, you know? Like, you don't have them figured out. They're wearing a costume, for crying out loud. And let yourself be amazed by them, you know? It's innocence. It's, you know, they call it pure mind for a reason, or beginner's mind. It's almost like the psychedelic experience with mushrooms, where you're seeing everything for the first time. You don't have any preconceptions about anything. You're just allowing things to exist, and you're existing with them. And in that space, you are allowing things to be, and not placing any blame on anyone or anything. That is such a paralyzing mentality. It is not creative. It is stagnant. It is low vibration. And it's not the solution. I mean, we've seen a lot of blaming going on, and it's just a circular, stuck energy. When there's things like compassion and understanding, when there is something like fresh karma, when there is something like somebody in that mix getting really pure with who they are and who the other person is, which is a soul, a pure soul. We've all wronged people. We've all been wronged, whether in this lifetime or other lifetimes. That is not the point. The point is, have some grace and compassion, and don't make them responsible for whether or not you can have a high vibration or not. Oh, well, this guy said this to me, and it really pissed me off. Yeah, okay, so who's ultimately in charge of your vibration, though? We are. We're in charge of our own vibration. You cannot blame a single soul for your own vibration. And that is where the power lies. We've heard like victim complex or victim mentality, and how it's absolutely an impossible situation until you take responsibility for this particular moment. And in this particular moment, I'm going to vibrate where I vibrate. I'm going to choose my vibration. I'm going to tune my fork. I don't know what the hell we want to call it. Put your antenna on and tune to some good shit. And stop looking at weird negative shit. I mean, you are what you eat, you know? Whether it's food or thoughts or energy or vibrations, it matters. It really matters. And I wonder if that's why they say stuff like, you know, if you're going to eat the cookie, enjoy the hell out of the cookie. Because if you're hating yourself for eating the cookie, then you're eating something toxic instead of something decadent or just a nice little treat or something, you know? But yeah, I mean, where we're at right now is such a critical time. We're all superheroes. We're all, I mean, each one of us, it's our, like, sort of, I don't want to say right, it's our job to, like, save the world, to save this planet, to save humanity, to create balance in this world, and it's not about the bad guys defeating the bad guys. It's about defeating the bad guy that is inside of you, that is sabotaging you, that is holding you back. That's the dark that you should be looking at, not outside of yourself. If you look at the dark, when do you say, "Oh, I really want to ask them out, but I'm not good looking enough," or "Oh, if I really want to do this, but shit, I just don't have the right connections, or I don't know what the fuck to say or do or whatever. What you're ultimately saying is, self, you're not worthy. But it's funny too how our priorities change once we tap into our pure being. Because I'm going to say again, it's like when you're in the state of fullness, it's not about acquisitions or title or like this like false sense of power. It becomes something that is like you're literally like having an experiential like experience. You're having an experiential experience. You're having an emotional like your mind and your heart and your body are like grooving. And you could be doing that emptying trash. I mean, you really can I mean, that can be achieved in the most mundane ways. So maybe if we had some fullness, maybe if we had some spirit, some soul consciousness, we would be more apt to want to look at the things we don't want to look at. The red flags, fear of connection, the fear of responsibility for the planet and each other and ourselves and future generations of all life on this planet, not just human. If we really prioritize our individual balance and our individual health, we could really create some wonderful things in the quote-unquote external world. I really appreciate the talk, and I hope to give you guys another talk soon. Thank you. This is Sabrina Bernasconi. Peace.